Hello everyone, I'm John Long and I'm a boomer. I've got 50 years of experience working with tools as a carpenter, a cabinet maker, and a contractor, and I think I know a thing or two about tools. In this video, I'm going to be discussing the Masterforce retractable air hose reel. If you're tired of having an air hose stretched out on the floor underfoot, then this is a solution. If you don't have a good place to store an air hose, then this is a solution. If you're tired of using an air hose and trying to coil it up afterwards and get all the kinks out of it, then this is a solution. I chose the Masterforce hose reel for my shop because A, it's got 50 feet of 3/8 inch hose on it, B, it's heavy duty, and C, price. I did some checking online and I found out that there's a factory in India that's just grinding these things out, and they'll put any color paint you want on them. Prices varied quite a bit, including $200 for a Flexzilla version of the same reel. In short, Menards had the best price. Menards advertises this thing as being a heavy-duty unit, and it really is. It's a heavy beast, and it needs to be securely anchored. It weighs more than 30 pounds compared to the 12 pounds or so for these lighter weight units, and it has a 3-year warranty. There's a big difference between the relatively heavy gauge steel that they use to make this thing and the plastic housing that they put onto lighter duty units. This thing also comes with a heavy duty rubber hose, which I've found to be perfectly adequate. The rubber hose is about the same weight as a polymer hose, but it's a bit stiffer, and so you may end up wanting to put a flexible whip on the end. As far as safety is concerned, be careful when you're setting this thing in position because it's heavy and clumsy. You're probably going to want a second person to help hold the thing in place while you fasten it. Make sure that you torque the bolts properly. When you're pulling out or returning the hose, pull on the hose, not by the tool that it's attached to. The working pressure on this thing is 300 psi, so that's probably not going to be an issue for you. And finally, they also offer a caution that you should never remove the bolts to the retracting spring cover plate. Presumably, the spring could fly out. Out of the box, the unit has a heavy gauge steel mounting bracket that's about 3/16 inches thick. The base is pre-drilled with mounting holes that are 4 inches center to center horizontally and 5 inches center to center vertically. There's a hose guide assembly that's pre-positioned for a vertical wall installation. If you're going to install the reel in some other position, the hose guide position can be changed by removing the 4 bolts, turning the guide, and lining up a new set of holes and then reinstalling the bolts. If you intend to locate the reel such that you're going to be pulling the hose at a sharp angle to the reel, it would be a good idea to also install the optional swivel base. It's also made of heavy gauge steel and is pre-punched with mounting holes. If you use a swivel base, you're also going to need 4 3/8 by 3/4 or 1 inch bolts, washers, and nuts. For any installation that's not on a concrete wall, and of course that's most of them, the unit is supposed to be attached to 2x material that spans at least 2 studs or 2 joists. You can use a piece of 2x10 or a couple of 2x6s placed side by side. Bolt the unit to the 2x material with 3/8 inch lag screws or bolts. Use the enclosed mounting template to lay out and pre-drill the mounting holes. Plan ahead and make sure that the air inlet on the reel will be close enough to the compressor that the 3-foot hose will reach. If you're going to install a water separator or a shutoff valve, this is the time to plan for those. They would normally be located on the outlet side of the compressor, which will change the location of where the air inlet hose has to meet the compressor. Take care of the hard piping on the compressor first, so you'll know exactly what point you have to hit with the lead-in hose. This is where you would normally install a water separator or a shutoff valve. Use the provided Teflon tape for all of your piping connections, and also verify, if you're going to use a water separator, the maximum working pressure and volume. In any event, you're going to have to provide a means of connecting that 3-foot lead-in hose to the compressor. I bought a high-flow coupler plug kit and used that. In my shop, I did a simple installation with no shutoff valve or water separator. I installed a high-flow coupler plug kit connected directly to the air inlet hose. I built a corner shelf to support the hose reel so that it would be facing directly into the shop. All in all, I've been very satisfied with my Masterforce retractable hose reel. I prefer to buy heavy-duty tools, and this fits the bill. I've thought periodically that maybe I should add a flexible whip to the end, but I haven't gotten around to it, but it's not that big a deal. I think that these hose guide rollers are a little bit lightweight, and I'm going to want to make sure I keep them lubed to protect them. Also, the rewind spring seems to be a little bit tight, and I think that that's going to loosen up with age, so I'm not worried about that either. Some of the optional accessories that you should be aware of are the swivel base, which is used to mount the entire reel unit on, the high flow coupler kit, the 3/8 to 1/4 inch reducer kit, a 3/8 inch ball valve which can be used as an inline shutoff, the 3/8 inch air filter, and the 5-foot whip. I'm attaching the SKU numbers for the reel and each of the accessories so that you can find them in the store. If you found this video to be of interest or of any use to you, don't forget the like and subscribe buttons. If you have suggestions for other Masterforce tools that you'd like to see reviewed, tell me in the comments below. Thank you for watching. And that, my friends, was a thing or two about the Masterforce retractable hose reel. Good day.